Good evening and welcome to Beer and Carols 2020 of the South Wedge Mission. We're really glad to join us tonight. If you look in the link that's, or the comments that are linked to the this video, you can find a link to the bulletin or the songbook 2020, which has all the songs we're doing tonight. Contrary to past years, instead of calling out songs as we go along, we're going to, we've done a previous survey of the favorites, and we're going to just go through that. And so we've assembled a list that we hope reflects what you were hoping to hear sing tonight. And we recognize that this will not be the same as previous years, that we're not going to have all the songs we want to sing, just like we can't be in a bar together to sing, but hopefully trying to capture that spirit of joy, that spirit of lighting a candle in and off here to kind of bridge the gap between last year and next year. So thank you so much in advance for joining us, for being with us tonight, for celebrating with friends and family, for singing with us. And this is Greg Woodsbie. He is the accompanist for the dance department at City Park. We're really excited and lucky to have him here with us tonight. We're going to open tonight with a song that his friends, Evan and Anna Jacobson, wrote called Zoom Christmas. This kind of gives some guidelines for tonight and for Christmas this year.
Without you, I'll be on Zoom, muting my Aunt Sue. Decorations of red on a green background screen. One silver lining I don't have to clean, and when invites start linking, that's when my Christmas spirit starts sinking. But we'll be doing alright if we don't take that flight, and we'll all have a Zoom Christmas.
So the song is implying Christmas is a little different, and this Beer and Carols is a little different. So, if you have a beverage, it could be an alcoholic or a non-alcoholic beverage. We still encourage you to raise your glass. It's emotional when we start the songs. We still encourage you to click on the link in the description so you can sing along with songs that you and your friends have requested. We invite you to just suspend your disbelief. Imagine this is a bar filled with 300 people. We're all eating good food and drinking good beverages of our own selection, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. And we have a songbook in front of us that we're calling out songs. We love to be doing that, and we also deeply appreciate and are grateful for your willingness to not be together tonight, so that everyone can live to celebrate Beer and Carols together in person next year.
We'll be doing alright if we don't take that flight, and we'll all have a Zoom Christmas. For the love of God, please have a Zoom Christmas. Don't see your grandma and have a Zoom Christmas. Again, thank you to Evan and Anna Jacobson for that. Check out their, if you enjoyed that, check out their Facebook page, like it. It's called Trombomb, right? So like a photobomb, but with trombones. They're fantastic. Some good friends of mine from college doing some great things out in Chicago. Cool.
And we've tried to select songs tonight, not only based on what folks requested, but also what would work best on a Zoom/online format. So obviously, songs like Mr. Grinch, which would be fun to sing, aren't quite as fun unless we're all together making the voices and being crazy. So this selection is from your requests, the selections that we hope will be fun to sing along with. Hopefully you're in a Zoom group with family and friends. Hopefully you're able to enjoy them And this first one we're going to do is The Holly and the Ivy. Some of our songs tonight will be straight up and traditional. Some are going to have a Greg Woodsbie flair to them. Taking advantage of this online format. But we hope that for the next hour or so you'll enjoy singing along. Again, if you need the lyrics, click on the link in the description and you'll be able to access them. Thanks for being with us tonight here at the Southwood Mission as we very careful this 2020 out. This is Holly and the Ivy.
The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, oh, all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears a crown. The rising of the sun and the running of the day, the playing of the merry and sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a blossom as white lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to be our sweet Savior. The rising of the sun and the running of the day, the playing of the merry and sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a berry as red as any bud, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to do for sinners good. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry and sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a prick as sharp as any thorn, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ on Christmas Day born. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry and sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a bark as bitter as any gall, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ for to redeem us all. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry and sweet singing in the choir. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears a crown. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir.
And if you'll just scroll down on your online songbook, our next song is going to be Deck the Halls, a song that we've often sung towards the beginning of the Beer and Carols event, whatever venue we're in, whether it's Tapping Out or Buddha Pub. But join us in Decking the Halls. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Down we go on gay apparel, la 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 la. Toward the ancient Yuletide river, la 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 la. See the blazing view before us, la 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 la. Strike the harp and hear the chorus, la 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 la. Follow me, merry legend, la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide Jersey, la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, la 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 la. Lay the down in masses, la 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 la. Sing we joyous songs together, la 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 la. Then we love crucified carol. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. And a lot of you were requesting this one. I don't know if it's because of the peanuts or just because it's a great Christmas song. Look here, we're doing it again.
B flat.
B flat.
For those of you at home who need to know what key we're doing. I mean, dude, grab your trumpet, grab your old clarinet. At home, you're at home. You're not in the barn. You can sing as loud as you want. Nobody's gonna hear you. I mean,
Play any instrument you want.
Exactly. As joyously and loudly as your neighbors will stand. So just go for it. Let's take advantage of what's here. We also don't know how we sound to you, really, right? So we can't hear you. It's great. It's gonna be awesome. Here we go. I love this song. I do a little bit of a little Afro-Cuban flavor underneath it that I enjoy. I'll try and give you a clue. I'll try and give like ba 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 before every line.
I saw three ships.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll do I See Three Ships, and then we'll go back to Hark the Herald.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it, because we have the groove going.
It's time. Yeah.
Three ships.
I'm into it. I don't do Hark the Herald with a 12/8 Afro-Cuban. I could. I probably would. You've probably given me an idea, but for the moment, we'll do this on I Saw Three Ships. I'll give you a second to get there.
You got it. Go for it.
I saw three ships. Here we go.
You just need to scroll forward.
1, 2, 3. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. Oh, I forgot to mention. We're going to do verses 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, straight ahead. Then we're going to skip the last two, 8 and 9. Because otherwise, we're not going to get to everything. I should also probably start talking and start singing. So here we go. We're going to go back to verse 1. Just so we can go right there. Here we go, verse 1. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day in the morning? The Virgin Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. The Virgin Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day in the morning. All the souls, and all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Then let us all rejoice amain on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Then let us all rejoice amain on Christmas Day in the morning. What? I saw three ships. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
Right on. We're going to go right to Hark the Herald Angels Sing. We went a little out of order there, but, it's Spirit Carol, so you can go out of order. This was one of the most requested songs.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconcile. pretty sure I heard Julia Jacobson singing a Descant right there.
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure that was happening.
We miss all of our friends. This is such a great event, and being together, we can't replace that experience. In a bar with 300 voices, all just singing and calling out hymns. We know we can't cop that, but we do appreciate that we can light this candle this year, keep the tradition going, bridge the gap, so that next year when we gather again, hopefully with a vaccine in a safe environment where no one has to be afraid of dying or one of their loved ones dying, celebrating again. And this is a season of joy. This is a season of celebration. And on this third Sunday in Advent, we who identify with the Christian tradition and practice in that tradition light the third candle of Advent, which is the candle of joy. And we remember that even in the midst of waiting and expectation of the incompleteness, we have a duty of delight. That in some traditions of Christianity in particular, this tradition that's been neglected, we have a duty, not just an option, but a duty to delight in the goodness of created matter, of created being, of stuff, of physical reality of our bodies, of nature, of all the things around us, that even when things are dark, even when things are hard, even when things are challenging, it's not just an option, but a duty to say, even despite all that, it is good. It's worth celebrating. It's worth being in our bodies. It's worth being in this body together, whether it's in a bar together or online, gathered around Zoom rooms or gathered around this Facebook Live post. No matter how frustrated you might feel because the links didn't work as were expected, we're here now and we're gathered to celebrate. So this next song is gathering us together. It's another one that was widely requested. We're not going to sing the Latin version. I know there's people every year who want us to sing it in Latin. At the bar, inevitably someone says, sing the Latin version. We're not going to do that, but we're going to sing O Come All Ye Faithful, kind of in a, as we have in our notes, a bro guitar kind of mode.
Come and behold, Lord God.
favorite Christmas Advent hymns. Advent hymn, technically. So really, this is the only one we're supposed to be singing now, before Christmas. But anyway, this hymn, I think, started me on my lifelong journey of loving to tear Christmas songs apart and put them back together in weird ways. We're not going to play you that version right now. We're just doing it pretty straight ahead with some beautiful colors. But I did a really fun version of this that was in like, it was in like 5/4, but it had all these other layers over it. It was one of the hardest things all my musicians had to play for me. They always got on my case about how difficult it was. But I really enjoyed it. And I love this hymn just straight as it is. There are so many good versions of this hymn. It's a really fun one to kind of listen to the original and then like scroll through Spotify and listen to all the different ways people have done it. I would totally encourage you to do that.
Not to mention, a lot of you requested this one, and Nathaniel Mitch always requests this every year, and this year we're going to do it full out. So Nathaniel and everyone else who wanted this one, here's Lo How Rose Air Blooming.
We're going to do verses 1, 2. Matthew's going to play a little bit of trumpet, and then we'll do verse 3. Verse 4, I don't think is very traditional. I think if you look even in there. Yeah, verse 4 was written way later.
We should say, one of the criteria used to select songs tonight was also inclusive language, trying to find songs and verses that don't dip into the worst aspects of the 19th century. I know that a lot of Christmas carols are traditional, they're beautiful, we love them, and also we want to make sure that even as this is a Christian-based service, that they're as inclusive and as wide-ranging as possible. So even if you don't identify as Christian, or maybe you once did and you don't anymore, maybe you don't know what you identify as anymore, we hope that you can at least practice this, join us in this practice of singing old songs and telling this story and finding some connection, but hopefully with as minimal obstacles to doing that as possible.
Yeah.
So here's Lo How Rose Air Blooming. to shift a little bit now into some more, someone called them secular Christmas songs. We just call them fun Christmas songs. We've got some Rudolph, we got some Winter Wonderland that we're going to hit up. Greg's going to lead us in that as I check some logistical stuff. I know some folks at home are having some technical problems. Thank you for bearing with us. Thanks for visiting us at Southwedge Mission on Facebook. If you're able to, despite all the difficulties, link up with us. Go through the description for the songbook. Hopefully you're joining us in this practice of joy, whether it's tonight or later in the week. It's a chance to just celebrate and sing some songs, and we hope that you enjoy these arrangements. This is Greg Woodsbie, member of the Southwedge Mission. Dance accompanist at Sumi Bakport. Graciously sharing his many talents with us tonight. So thanks, Greg. Take us away with Rudolph.
Alright, this will be great for the kids. This is also like Rudolph as Dr. John might do it, right? So Dr. John, one of my favorite New Orleans musicians, and we're good to go. So Rudolph via New Orleans, Dr. John. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names, and never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh? And all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, will go down in history. Don't give my head now, head now, I ain't go, Giacomo Pino Sandate, Giacomo Pinante. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Dog with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph, leading the sleigh, what I say, Rudolph, leading the sleigh, what I say, Rudolph, leading the sleigh, what I say, Rudolph, leading the sleigh, what I say,
Woo! Rudolph. We're going to go right into Winter Wonderland. Thanks, Greg, for jamming us out here.
Winter Wonderland.
Playing this in F or G?
I'm in the key of D. Again, for those of you at home, I think Armin Hall might be here. He might be playing. It's a great key for trumpet. I mean, it's
It's a horrible key.
I know. Here we go. Sleigh bells ring.
Sleigh bells ring.
Are you listening? In the lane, the snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
D. Yeah.
But gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He's singing our song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Also not a great key for people who don't practice their trumpet enough after. Keep it up. But thanks, Greg. That was great. And Julio's here. How's it going, Julio?
Right.
Julio and Greg are part of a pod quarantine, which is why we're here without masks. We hope that you are masking at home. We hope that you are keeping your parents, grandparents, relatives, aunts, uncles, anyone else safe during this pandemic time, which is why we're trying to bring you this Beer and Carols experience, modified, but hopefully not dumbed down this time of year. Julio, thanks for being here. He's here to just take a few pictures, at least I think 20 feet away, with a mask on and a cool fedora. One of our most requested songs this year and every year. They just unplugged my guitar. It's hard to keep track of all this technology, but we're going to play some Good King Wenceslas. This is a Bohemian, which is like before the Czech Republic, a Bohemian folk song, folk hero. What's really cool about Good King Wenceslas, as we said in our devotional this midweek, we premiered the song, is that it overlaps with the spirit of Beer and Carols and the third week of Advent, which is all about the duty of delight, as we said. Dorothy Day, who is the founder of the Catholic Worker Movement, a radical Christian anarchist who believed that Christ was revelatorily present in the world, called us to the duty of delight. So we do not have time to despair. We don't have energy to waste on cynicism. We need to look for Christ, for joy, for beauty, for truth, for the fullness of life wherever it can be found. The duty of delight. And while this song could easily be construed as like a charity, a rich guy giving a poor guy song story, we hope that you'll hear it as an opportunity for those of us who have lives to discover something of Christ, something of joy, something of love we couldn't otherwise discover on our own. By risking transcending boundaries and class divisions, to find that Christ is alive and well, that joy is alive and well, that goodness and beauty and everything else worth living for is alive and well in places that those of us who are limited by privilege least expect. So this is Good King Wenceslas. Good King Wenceslas looked out on Mr. Stephen when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel. When the poor man came inside, gathered winter fuel. Hear the page and stand by me. If thou knowest, tell me. Yonder peasant, who is he? Where there was his dwelling? Sire, he lives a goodly Kent, underneath the mountain, right against the forest fence, by St. Agnes fountain. Bring me flesh and bring me wine, bring me pine logs hither, now and I will see him die, when we bear them hither. Page and monarch, forth they went together. Now the ruined parliament and the bitter weather. Another cool part of the song is that Good King Wenceslas doesn't just say, I'm a rich dude with lots to give. but that he sees his servant as having a gift to give. The page of the song. This is like such a dense song.
Yeah.
Even though it's one that we love to sing and just have fun with. Which is why we're kind of slowing it down with these beats and like people other than us have great gifts to give in different ways than we can expect. And that's what the kingdom of God is all about in the Christian tradition. It's not about the wealthy getting wealthier and everyone else trying to rise up to their level. It's about the particularity of each person's gifts and recognizing them. And then creating conditions where everybody's particular gift will be given and received. Here's verse 4. Silent night is darker now, and the wind blows stronger. Fills my heart, I know not how. I can go no longer. Mark my footsteps, my good page. Tread thou in them boldly. Thou shalt find no winter's rage. Freeze thy blood most coldly. Verse 5. In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay tinted. He was in the very sod which the saint had printed. Therefore, Christian folk, be sure, well portent possessing. You will now bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing, 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 blessing. Verse 1. The king Wenceslas looked out on the beast of steel, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and therefore Christian folk. Therefore Christian folk, be sure, wealth or rank possessing, ye who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing. One of the best ways to overcome the despair of winter, the temptation to close in on ourselves, is to find ways to share our gifts with others whose gifts and our gifts intersect in the place of need. So, don't give away more than you have. Don't diminish yourself if you're already at your wit's end. But if you're feeling the need, you're feeling that despair, you're feeling that call to the duty of delight, follow the steps of good King Wenceslas and also of the page, and find a blessing as you bless others.
Also maybe groove and move your hips.
And also have, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Joy and spreading joy is what the duty of delight is all about.
Because sometimes, actually, like, the body can lead us to, Matthew and I have a somatics group that we participate in here at the church, where we try to discover, like, how, I don't know, to, like, connect this brain-body divide, like how our body can lead us into feeling our feelings better, and so I'm really serious that if the duty of delight is something that we take seriously, like moving our body in delightful ways is a great way in for all of us, really. Some of us are more practiced at it than others, but it's fantastic.
It's a term that many people find uncomfortable, but Adrienne Marie Brown and others call pleasure activism, which is not, the hedonistic kind of excess that many of us imagine, but just discovering what really gives us life, not just intellectually, but in our whole beings. And then following that and letting it teach us, because so often in Christianity, especially, the body has been neglected. But if Christmas and Advent is about anything, it's about incarnation. It's about remembering smells and sights and feelings and memories and all the parts that make us human. And then just as Jesus dives deep into the embodied reality of being human, like, it's an invitation for us to do that as well, to just be more human, to be more embodied, to be more fleshly. And that was the message, cheesy lead into the next song of We Three Kings. It was a message that attracted people beyond the scope of just Judaism or Christianity. People who are looking to live fully in this world. People who are looking to look at the stars, to look at nature, to look at all the different wisdom traditions in the world and say, how does this bring us alive? And so we're going to sing We Three Kings. We're going to sing verses 1, 2, and 5. And, this is another widely requested song, so thanks for requesting it. We're happy to play it for you. So this is We Three Kings. We three kings of Orient are, bearing near sweet Travis and Mar, field and fountain, horn and mountain, following yonder star. If you have a glass, by the way, beveraging anything, it could be a beer or a drink or just a root beer or a water. This is where you can raise your glass and go, oh, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king of Bethlehem's plain, gold high praise to crown him again. King forever to sing, never over us all to reign. Oh, raise your pick of rock. God of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. I think it's actually a goblet of rock. It's your goblet of rock. But whatever you have, raise your goblet on this verse. Verse 5. Glorious now, behold the rise, King and God and sacrifice. Heaven sings hallelujah, hallelujah, earthly rise. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light, guide us to thy perfect light. All right. To those who are raising a glass, a goblet, even a toast, an enjoyment in a life-giving, healthy, and holistic way of a beverage or of community. It's not only a way of celebrating God, it is pleasing to God. It is a way of birthing God into reality. God does not call us to suffer, but we believe calls us to delight in the stuff, the reality, the thisness of being alive. So thank you for helping to incarnate the body of Christ this night. Whether you identify as a Christian or not, we're making the teachings of Christ manifest tonight by celebrating and having joy. This next song, Greg's going to lead us in. It's a bit bittersweet, but it's also a song of longing. So much of spirituality is not just about having, but about desiring and longing. And so, as you long for those loved ones, that community, that bar where we can all be singing together tonight, let's sing I'll Be Home for Christmas and know that it's a good desire to be together. And even when it can't be fulfilled, to dwell in that desire, knowing that it is good. Take it away, Greg.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can claim
approaching the end of our second kind of set, and we said about an hour, but Beer and Carols goes as long as it needs to, and if you'd like to stick around for a couple more songs, we have a bunch of favorites still to come. We're going to sing a New Year's favorite here, because even though it's Christmas, New Year's is also right on the board. So we're going to sing All Things on it, verses 1, 2, and 4. Should all acquaintance be forgot and live not to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and days of old anxiety? For old anxiety, my dear, for old anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old anxiety. Try singing this, Robert Burns Gaelic here. We twice run about the praise and put the wild's fight, for we wandered on your weary foot, seeing old lands. Love it. For old lands, my dear, for old lands, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lands. Here's verse 4. Here's a hand. And here's a hand, my trusted friend. And here's a hand of thine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. We're about at our 50-minute mark, which was, Greg might have predicted that we have more music than an hour. If you'd like to stick around and keep joining us, we're welcome to have you. If you're dropping in and out because you've got kids going to bed or you've got other obligations, cool, because this is being recorded and it will be up live later in the week. You can just pick right up and have Beer and Carols 2 or 3 times this week if you need to. But we're going to shift into a quieter portion of the set. Some of the, again, songs that y'all requested and songs that mean a lot to us this time of year. I know for many of us, Beer and Carols, more than December 24th, is kind of our Christmas Eve service. It's the time when we get together with friends, with family, with neighbors to mark this time of year. And so we're going to do a few songs that really mean a lot to us, that we've sung over the last 7 to 8 years, some of us, together. This first one, me and Greg are going to sing a cappella. You're welcome to join us if you know the song, but this one's called Poor Little Jesus. Greg, who wrote this one again?
I'm pretty sure it's by a woman named Maddie Pryor.
Yeah.
That's about all I know about it.
Maddie Pryor. It's in the songbook. I just couldn't remember. But this is called Poor Little Jesus. We're gonna take things down a little bit, give you a chance to be in a contemplative mood and to contemplate the mystery of this time. So this is called Poor Little Jesus.
There'll be no place to lay
This time of year, there's a lot of folks who have no place to lay their head, and during COVID, we're all kind of in that place, but there's folks being evicted. There's folks who are homeless. There are folks in the southern tier here in New York, migrant workers who are especially struggling. The Alianza Agricola, who many of our neighbors are involved with, and many of our neighbors in the southern tier who are not part of the South Wedge, but are part of this greater community, are in need. They're trying to provide a good Christmas for their kids, for their families, and so if you're someone who's willing to help provide some Christmas blessings, some Christmas gifts, some material goods for a family, a migrant family in particular in the southern tier, to the Alianza Agricola, for our good friends in the Alianza. You can direct message me at matthew@southwedgemission.org. You can comment on this link. We'll be in touch to help provide some gifts. But I know we're all needy, we're all suffering, we're all struggling in this time. And again, one of the best ways to kind of overcome that enemy is to discover a center that's bigger than us, that incorporates us, a love that is bigger than our own, that expands our limits. So if you're willing to support, thank you. And if you have another group, a reparations group, a black-owned business, a migrant-owned business that you can support during this time to elevate those who are struggling in some area, then please do so. Remembering that Jesus and Jesus' mother Mary and Father Joseph were not part of the middle class or the ruling class, were part of the struggling class, part of the oppressed class, part of the occupied class, part of the class just trying to get by. We can practice solidarity by acting in solidarity in any way you can this Christmas. And we're going to sing Silent Night now, as we always do at this time in the set and Beer and Carols.
Silent night, oh
Alliance. We migrant workers in the Southern Tier, a black-owned business or a queer-owned business in this city. We're just a neighbor, and you're doing what Christ has called us, whether or not you identify as a Christian. And thank you for that work in advance. Thank you in advance for loving God into me. Another favorite Mary Carroll song we're going to transition to out of silent is "Oh Holy Night." And it's in your online bulletin. If you're just joining us, there's a link in the description to get to the online bulletin. But we're going to sing "Oh Holy Night" and invite you to join us in singing this song.
Shall he break? For the slave is our brother, and in no oppression shall cease. Sweet is the gift, great I'll proclaim. Y'all are kind. It's the end of the night. Voices getting tired. High notes are harder to hit. Maybe they're harder to hit for y'all too. Especially since we're not really beveraging here like y'all might be at home. But he came to break the chains of oppression. If Christianity is about anything, it's about the leveling of the playing field, the breaking of chains, the liberation of those who are in captivity, the giving sight of those who are blind. If your Christianity is about something else, then we'd love to talk to you. We'd love to help you. And we'd love to learn from you how to connect with what Christ was really trying to teach us, which was about freedom, liberation, fullness of life, delight in the goodness of our bodies, in a world where there's enough abundance where no one has to be oppressed for others to have delight. I'm going to sing another song, because that's a story worth telling. That's a gospel worth proclaiming, a gospel where everyone has what they need, there's enough, and no one has to kill, compete, or destroy in order to get their fullness. So we're going to sing Go Tell It on the Mountain. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching over silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherds feared and trembled when low throughout the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lonely manger, the humble Christ was born. And God sent us salvation, that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Here's all we have.
I think so.
Okay, good. Go tell it on the mountain. If you can't tell about all that other stuff, tell about the coming justice, the coming equality, the coming abundance. And then go embody it, live it out, make it a reality in your life, in the life of our community. Let's bring about that kingdom of God. No one has to kill or compete, but everyone can be fully themselves, fully their true selves. In peace, in abundance, in fullness. The glory of God, as St. Irenaeus said, is a human being fully alive. It's all of us fully alive and full of life. So if Christmas is about nothing else this year, let it be about fullness of life, even in the midst of struggle and death. We're coming to the end of our set. We got 2 songs left. They're the kind of classic opening songs that we do. So we're going to sing Have Yourself a Merry Christmas.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friend, who are dear to us, travel near to us once more. That's a funny line. Through the years, we all will be together. If the fates allow. Hang your shining stars upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Julio in the background there doing sound. It's great to see Julio too.
Providing vibe, really. Providing
Total
vibe.
vibe.
The fedora, the jacket.
The vibe. We do really wish you a Merry Christmas this year, not just in a political or religious sense, but we really want you to have a fullness of life. Maybe it's not what you expected. Maybe you can't be with your family this year. In fact, we hope you're not with your family if anyone's at risk. We hope that you're being safe. It's just 1 year. But that we hope this night has been lighting a candle to keep time to bridge the gap between last year and next year. We hope that singing some songs together, listening to some songs together, just keeping a tradition alive, even if it's not perfect, but it's just what we need to do to get to next year, has given you some life. And thank you for giving us this opportunity. Again, thanks to Greg Woodsbie for tickling the ivories and all these other things here that he's playing. And
It's just for the looks.
I'm just looking for my capo, because I don't think I can play this song without my capo unless you put it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Capo fell down.
Is it the key there?
Because it's an A flat, right? Join us to sing this last song. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you, Mary. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us something good. Oh, bring us something good. Oh, bring us something good. And a cup of good tidings we bring wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some of what we get right now. Tidings we bring wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Blessings. Thank you for being with us. This is the Southwood Mission. Greg Woodsbie, Matthew Nikoloff. If you're able to, you feel grateful for what happened tonight, you can always use help financially, just like any other nonprofit this time of year. So you can go to southwoodmission.org/donate and support the work of the mission and creating safe spaces for folks to find the next steps in the mission, whether it's Christian or not. Working for justice, for police accountability,
accountability for migrant workers' rights, for the recovery from religious trauma, for the furtherance of the fullness of life in this community. If you feel so moved, we're grateful for your support or support any other organization at this time of year doing good things. Thanks again for sharing your delight with us, for letting us share our delight in music with you. We hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Greg Woodsbie, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Woodsbie. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.